Thank you, Connie. Good afternoon, everybody. Graduates, parents, faculty, this is really such a remarkable day, obviously for you, but also for me. Because after spending a life obsessing over true crime, the impossible happened. I was asked to speak at the Harvard Law commencement and accept an honorary legal degree. Yes. Isn't that the American dream? Me, Mindy Kaling, daughter of immigrant.
So there's no extra one. You're not getting
okay.
Just that.
Oh, no, okay. Okay, so apparently there's little miscommunication. I am no longer Mindy Kaling, Esquire, attorney at law, comedian, actress. That's cool. No, I'm just supposed to stand up here and give funny remarks and then I'm supposed to sit down. That's okay. That doesn't seem fair, but that's okay, I'll do that. I know what you're probably thinking. Mindy Kaling? Why did they ask her? She's just a pretty Hollywood starlet. What does that quadruple threat know about the law? Sure, she seems really down to earth and pretty in like a totally accessible way. And yeah, she was on People magazine's most beautiful people list this year and also in 2008, but what intelligent remarks could she possibly make about the law? She's probably too busy doing shampoo commercials, but I'm not too busy, you know? In fact, I would kill to do a shampoo commercial. So if anyone from L'Oreal is out there, please just Snapchat me after this. But I'll have you know, I do know a ton about the law because I sue everybody. And excuse me, there is a burger named after me at Bartley's, okay? And they've guaranteed me that it is going to be there until another tertiary member of the cast of The Office gets their own TV show. And they don't just name burgers after anyone there. Noted chef Guy Fieri has one. Noted drunk driver Justin Bieber has one. Okay, so that's pretty good company. Thank you. Look, I get it. On the surface, it would appear that I am an unconventional choice to speak here today. To be honest, I don't know much about the law. I graduated in 2001 from Dartmouth College. Thank you. An academic, that man is drunk. An academic institution located in lawless rural New Hampshire, where when you arrive, you are given a flask of moonshine and a box of fireworks, and you are told simply to, quote, go to town. Except there is no town. There is only a forest and a row of fraternity houses that smell like urine. Actually, little known fact, Dartmouth has a law school. It's just one semester, and its coursework is entirely centered on how to beat a DUI. But I am not here to extol the virtues of the Dartmouth Red Bull School of Law. I'm here to talk to you. So, even though I have no idea why I was asked to speak here today, I prepared this speech very carefully, the way that any good Dartmouth-educated graduate would. I drank a 40 of Jägermeister. Then I called my dad to see if he would get me out of it. He's here today. He could not get me out of it. So I tried to hire a college freshman to write it for me in exchange for a $200 gift card to Newbury Comics. That didn't work out. Finally, seeing that I absolutely had to do this and couldn't get out of it, rolled up my sleeves, sat down at my computer, and tried to buy a commencement address off of movingcommencementspeeches.com. Yeah. My credit card was declined, so I had to write the thing myself, and here we are today. There are many, many distinguished speakers who have spoken here today. I am sharing the stage with Preet Bharara, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. We've heard what a great guy he is. In 2012, he was named by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people in the world, which apparently they're just giving out. According to Time, he has battled terrorism as evidenced by his conviction of the Times Square bomber. He's crippled international arms dealers, drug traffickers, and dealt with financial fraud. Clearly, Harvard wanted you to see the full range of what India can produce here. Mr. Bharara fights finance criminals and terrorism. I meet handsome men in cute and unusual ways on television. And next season, my character might get a pet puppy. So, is one more important than the other? Who can say? Dean Martha Minow is here. She has fought for women, families, refugees, and is a champion for education. She has published over 15 books, such as Not Only for Myself, Identity, Politics, and Law, Dean Minnow and I have a lot in common. I too wrote a book, as you know. It was called Is Everyone Hanging Out Here Without Me? You can buy it right around the corner at Urban Outfitters, next to a book called The Marijuana Chef's Cookbook. So, I digress right now. What I really wanted to say is that I am extremely honored to be with such a spectacular gathering of very smart and dedicated people. This graduating class has 3 Rhodes Scholars, 11 Fulbright Scholars, and 4 members of the Peace Corps. This group before me is bristling with ambitious young people, many of whom have already started charities and philanthropic organizations. And now, with this diploma in hand, most of you will go on to the noblest of pursuits, like helping a cable company acquire a telecom company. You will defend BP from birds. You will spend hours arguing that the well water was contaminated well before the fracking occurred. One of you will sort out the details of my prenup. A dozen of you will help me with my acrimonious divorce. And one of you will fall in love in the process. I'm talking to you, Noah Feldman. And let's be honest, Harvard Law is the best of the Harvard graduate programs, okay? I can say this, we're amongst friends, okay? The business school is full of crooks. The divinity school is just a bunch of weird virgins. The school of design is like European burnouts. And don't get me started on the Kennedy School. What kind of degree do you get from there? Public policy? Okay, right, you mean a master's in boring me to death at a dinner party. I'm sorry, let's just be honest. The med school is just a bunch of nerdy Indians. You know, I can say that, by the way. Hey, the Preet can say that. The rest of you, you're out of line. That is racial, how dare you. But I digress again. I think I'm just really excited to be here. The real reason I am here is, as Connie said, I am obsessed with justice. Not so much with the law, but with justice. Actually, in my mind, law is that pesky thing that often gets in the way of justice. I believe in the Clint Eastwood school of the law. An eye for an eye? I don't think so. That solves nothing. You take my eye, I take your life, my friend, okay? In a duel, Aaron Burr style. I don't want your stupid eye. For what, my eye collection? You're dead. Okay? Yes, duels are the first thing that you learn when you enter my graduate program, the Harvard School of Vengeance. But that is not what I came here to talk to you about. That's for the reception after. We can talk about that more. The Harvard Law School crest, which you can see in front of you, has the word veritas, which means truth in Latin. I know this because though I have been known as Mindy my whole life, my first name is actually Vera, which also means truth. It's true, it's actually too boring to make that fact up. And if you look at the crest, you'll notice that under this hallowed word, there are 3 bunches of asparagus. Because asparagus is the tallest and the proudest of the vegetables, the pillar of the vegetable kingdom, and it's like the okay, that is not asparagus. That is wheat. Which makes also not a ton of sense either. Okay, well, that was like 3 pages of my speech. Nope, okay, that's a callback to asparagus. I have this really funny run about hollandaise, you'll never get to hear that. You know, this isn't going anywhere. I'm gonna move past trying to make sense of your crest, which makes no sense. Harvard Law has an incredible number of illustrious alumni. President Barack Obama attended Harvard Law, or so he says. Elle Woods went here from the trenchant documentary Legally Blonde. It's a very moving film. Dean Minnow, you should check it out after you read my book, actually. 6 of the 9 Supreme Court justices are graduates of Harvard Law. The other 3, I don't know where they went. I think it was like University of Phoenix. I'm not sure. No. As we all know, they attended your friendly rival, Yale Law School. Okay, can we take a moment to talk about this rivalry, everybody? I know that you have a chip on your shoulder, okay? Yale Law is always number 1, and you are always number 2. Sometimes Stanford comes in there, bumps you down to number 3. But listen, let me tell you something. From where I stand from an outsider's perspective, here's the truth. You are all nerds, okay? All of you. Except here's the difference. The only difference is that you are the nerds that are gonna make some serious bank, all right? Which is why I'm here today, to marry the best looking amongst you, okay? And back to this beautiful diploma, this Harvard Law degree. It's not just a piece of paper. You can do whatever you want now, and this institution will follow you everywhere, okay? If you kill someone, you are the Harvard Law murderer. If you are caught in a lewd act in a public restroom, you're the Harvard Law pervert, my friend. And then you can represent yourself, and you'll probably get acquitted because you went to Harvard, okay? In fact, the only downside of this degree is when you run for Senate, you will have to distance yourself from it to seem more like a regular person, okay? You'll tuck in your flannel shirt into your freshly pressed jeans that you just bought, and still, this institution is gonna haunt you. No matter how many diners you eat at, no matter how many guitar solos you do with Rascal Flatts, you are Harvard to the grave. You won't be able to buy a pickup truck rusty enough to distance yourself from this place, all right? Mitt Romney, he preferred to be known as the Mormon guy to distract himself from his Harvard past. Now, I'd like to get a little serious for just a moment. I am an American of Indian origin whose parents were raised in India. My dad is actually here. They met in Africa, immigrated to America, and now I am the star and the creator of my own network television program. The continents traveled, the languages mastered, and the standardized tests prepared and taken for over and over again, and the cultures navigated are amazing even to me. My family's dream about a future unfettered by limitations imposed by who you know and dependent only on what you know was only possible in America. Their romance with this country is more romantic than any romantic comedy that I could ever write. And it's all because they believed, as I do, in the concept of the inherent fairness that is alive in America, and that here you could aspire and succeed. And my parents believed that their children could aspire and succeed to levels that could not have happened anywhere else in the world. And that fairness that my family and I have come to take for granted, and all Americans take for granted, is in many ways resting on your shoulders to uphold. You represent those who will make laws and affect change, and that is truly an amazing thing. And more than any of the others graduating this week from Harvard, what you decide to do in the next 5 to 10 years will affect the rights of people in this country in a fundamental way. I'm now at the part of my speech where I am supposed to give you advice. And I thought, what advice could I give you guys? You know, celebrities give too much advice, and people listen to it too much. You know, in Hollywood, we all think that we are these wise advice givers, and most of us have no education whatsoever. Actresses can become nutritionists, experts in baby care and environmental policy. Actors can become governors, pundits, or even high-ranking officials in religions made up a mere 60 years ago. For 2 years, I have played an obstetrician and gynecologist on TV, and damned if I don't think I can deliver a baby. So then I was thinking, well then, who should be giving advice? And the answer is people like you. You're better educated, and you're gonna go out there in the world, and people are going to listen to what you say, whether you're good or evil. And that probably scares you, because some of you look really young. And I'm afraid a couple of you are probably evil. That's just the odds. And to be honest, it scares me, because you look like a bunch of tweens. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at these kids in these suits. I mean, so please, just try to be the kind of people that give advice to celebrities, not the other way around. You are entering a profession where no matter how bad the crime or the criminal, you have to defend the alleged perpetrator. That's incredible to me. Across the campus, Harvard Business School graduates are receiving diplomas, and you will need to defend them for insider trading or possession of narcotics, or maybe both if Wolf of Wall Street is to be believed. And the thing I find most fascinating is that you are responsible for the language of justice, for the careful and precise wording and all those boring contracts that I sign while I watch Real Housewives. You wrote the terms and conditions that I scroll through quickly while I download the update for Candy Crush. Terms and conditions are the only things keeping us from the purge, everybody. I don't read them, I just hit accept. iTunes may own my ovaries for all I know, okay? Employees must wash their hands before returning to work. A lawyer wrote that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. A lawyer wrote that. Mindy Kaling may not come within 1,000 feet of Professor Noah Feldman. A lawyer wrote that, okay? These are protections that we take for granted. Your dedication to meticulous reading is a tedium that I find just so admirable. You take words and you turn them into the infrastructure that keeps our world stable. The seductive Southern lawyers in John Grisham novels get all the glory. You're Noah Feldmans of the world. But the rest of you, you form the foundation of our day-to-day lives. It's backbreaking, and often there's not much glory in it. And in that way, a lot of you will become the quiet heroes of our country. However, those of you who go on to work for Big Pharma and Philip Morris, you will be the loud anti-heroes. And someone is certain to make an AMC series glamorizing you, so congratulations. But basically, either way, you can't go wrong. I look at all of you and see America's futures. Attorneys, corporate lawyers, public prosecutors, judges, politicians, maybe even the President of the United States. Those are all positions of such great influence. Understand that one day you will have the power to make a difference. So use it well. Thank you, graduates. Thank you, faculty, parents, professors, families, everyone, thank you. Thank you, movingcommencementspeeches.com. Congratulations.